Good morning. It is 8 a.m. and I'm about to go hop on a conference call. I'm actually awake and dressed at 8 a.m. I mean, I'm normally awake, but I'm not usually this together. And then I gotta edit my vlog sometime, but I also have a meeting at church and then a lunch date with a planner friend. So, got a busy morning. All right, I have to get together my reusable bags, my laptop, my laptop, my reusable bags, my laptop, my calendar, my shit for my church meeting, because I need to go to church to meet with my minister to talk about board president crap, and then I need to meet a planner friend for lunch, and then I need to go do some grocery shopping, and then I need to come home. I got my video up, did my conference call. I gotta come home, fold some laundry, try and film a video, then my kids get home at 3. I feel like a chicken with my head cut off today. It is cold as balls. I mean, for California, but like seriously, it's like in the 40s and I'm freezing, didn't bring a jacket. So I did not get my beloved white iced tea. I got a chai latte, which I've never had before. I will report back on how it is after my meeting with my minister, which I'm about to head into. And my church meeting went over, so I am running late to my lunch, so I'm about to head off across town and go get pizza. So I did not go to Target. I had an awesome lunch with my friend Betty, who's a planner person, but our lunch went about 2.5 hours, so I had to rush home to be home in time for my kids to get home from school. So I'm probably gonna have to go to Target with them. She did give me, however, Betty gave me some absolutely awesome socks to go with my new cat lady status. They say my cat is cool as fuck, which I appreciate. So thank you, Betty. And yeah, I think I'm gonna put some dishes away and fold the laundry because I only have a few minutes before my kids get home. And then once they do get home, they're getting back from their dad's house, so it'll be awesome to snuggle them. But then I'm like, okay, bros, we gotta go buy some food. Here is my... So I spent, oh God, after my red card, about $294. I got, now it wasn't all food. I got a black shirt for my daughter, a black shirt for my son, and some jeans for my daughter. The 2 shirts were because they need to wear all black at the Christmas play this weekend, and the jeans is because my daughter needed some. I also got some detangler for my son, fucking razors, which jacked it up, and some lady products, which I'm not going to show you. And then in the garage, I got a 6-pack of hard cider and a 12-pack of Lagunitas. This is what the rest of it looks like, which is probably around $100 worth of grocery, $200 worth of groceries after taking off the cost of the clothes and the razors. I have some vegetables still left over in my fridge too, but I've got a bag of salad. I'm gonna have to go back and get more, but I don't want it to go bad. Snap peas, carrots, big bag of green apples, an onion, a lemon. For the frozen stuff, because my kids are on break this next week, which is partly why this trip was so intensely heinous, because they were both, well, my son especially was super agitated from partying all day. Big box of taquitos, a couple of frozen pizzas, 2 18-count packs of eggs, because we eat a lot of eggs in this family, and we're going to be hard-boiling them, baking with them, and eating them for breakfast. Some margarine. I normally get butter, but they were out of butter, and for some of my recipes for baking, margarine's actually better, so I just grabbed some of that, and I'll go buy butter tomorrow. Big thing of coffee creamer for my husband. Flaky layers to have with chicken noodle soup this week that I'm going to make from scratch. A 1/2 gallon of milk, and then we have over here, got some rotini. We got buried in here some elbows, right there, elbows, and then 2 bags of croutons in the back. I'm sorry, this is not even easy to see because of all the pile up here. We got some cheese. We got Mexican blend. We got sharp cheddar, mozzarella, cheddar cheese cubes, and Parmesan, plus 2 bricks of cream cheese for the cream cheese chicken taquitos. A Laughing Cow. Underneath that is some spreadable cream cheese for bagels. And then somewhere in here, I think over here, sour cream. We also have chicken breast frozen, 2 pounds of hamburger, some more chicken breasts that are fresh that I'm going to use tomorrow, but I prefer fresh for this particular recipe. We got 2 different loaves of bread. One is for grilled cheese. I have that cheese already, and one is for regular sandwiches. Well, yes, we have different kinds of bread for grilled cheese. Egg noodles for the chicken noodle soup. In the back, we've got some cereal bars, some cheddar cheese soup for the homemade hamburger helper. That's what the sour cream is for too. Triscuits. Tortillas for the taquitos, bagels. We have chicken broth, organic Google, turn off. Google just woke up. Tomato basil soup that my kids really like for a day where they're gonna need to eat on the fly while we're going to a big meeting. And then I like this Annie's for me. It basically tastes like SpaghettiOs. I've got some sauce for spaghetti, a couple things of coffee, this giant thing of Pringles, which hopefully will not get eaten in the first day. And then over here we have a bunch of shit for baking. Powdered sugar, brown sugar, marshmallows from Rice Krispies treats, which I already have. I also already have a bunch of regular white, like granulated sugar. Cream of tartar, vanilla extract, because I apparently threw mine away when I moved. Baker's chocolate for brownies, peanut butter chips for brownies, chocolate chips for chocolate chip cookies. And I think that is everything. Holy shit. Well, it's what happens on payday. There goes a big chunk of it right into food. But remember, I have teenagers, and they're going to be home all week. It's Friday night, and I thought that I would fill you in on how my day went, because I didn't vlog much of the afternoon except for the grocery haul. And it's just, it was kind of intense. So I had originally planned to have my conference call this morning, and then my meeting at church, and then my lunch with my planner friend, and then have some time to swing by Target afterwards and go grocery shopping. Well, my meeting at church went late, and then my lunch went late, and I'm fine with that because hanging out with Betty's awesome. But it went late, and so I got home with like 15 minutes before my kids came home from school. And while I don't have a problem with them coming home and being by themselves, because, you know, they're in middle school, I hadn't even had a chance to like make my shopping list out. So I come home, they come home. My son is wired from his end of because our break started today. Like today was the last day of school before the 3-week winter break. So he was super wired. And we get them back on Fridays. And so they were back at our house after a week. And so that was, you know, some excitement. And so I had to take some time to figure a meal plan out, make my shopping list, check and see what I already had. So I did that. And then I was like, hey guys, time to go to the store. And my son did not want to go to Target. And so he was basically being like, I don't want to go, over and over again, until we finally got out the door. He went with me, and he was like whining and yammering the whole time. I think in big part because he was like crashing from his sugar high, so he was cranky. But so it took us forever to get out of Target, and I forgot my list on the counter. And I was like, when I did that shopping, I actually managed to get almost everything, including the baking supplies. There were only a couple of things I forgot, so I was kind of proud of myself. But I didn't get home till after 6. And at that point, I was like, I'm not even going to bother cooking tonight. I had intended to bake a pizza day into it, like a day when we would order a pizza, but I wasn't expecting that to be today. Well, it became today. So I ordered a pizza, and I was going to go pick it up. And so I left the kids at home. I was like, I'll be back. I'm going to go pick up the pizza. My husband was going out with some work friends after work because he'd had a rough week. You know, it's a busy week of the year for them. So he went out afterwards. And so I was like, I'm going to go pick up the pizza. So I go get the pizza. And while I'm getting back to the car, I get a phone call from my kid's stepsister, who is older than them. She's in high school. And she had locked herself out. And my kid's dad and her mom were not around to get her back in. They were shopping or something. And so I was like, okay, give me a second. So I went home, dropped the pizza off, told the kids don't eat more than 3 pieces of it each, because I wanted to make sure there was pizza for me and pizza for my husband when we got home, because they are fully capable of eating the entire thing, even though it's a ginormous fucking pizza. The size is called Giant from our local pizza place. So I went and drove across town, because they live on the complete opposite end of town that we do, to let her in, and then came back and had pizza and watched a couple episodes of the Leah Remini Scientology show. And then my husband got home, and we chatted for a little bit, and then kids went to bed, and then I took a shower, and here we are. So I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow morning, I am going to try and live stream a video, because I don't have a video prepared for tomorrow. And then my kids have rehearsal in the morning, so I can't sleep in. Boo-hoo. Good morning. It is Saturday. It is Saturday, and my kids were up in the morning. My kids are at play rehearsal for our church Christmas play tomorrow, and I had to run back out and pick up the pesto, the butter, and the celery that I forgot yesterday. I'm about to go back and get them, and I am hoping I can convince my husband we can go to the mall today. We have like a tradition where each of us take a kid and they buy presents for each other and maybe presents for us while they're at it. And it's always been the mall, but this is the weekend before Christmas, so it might be nuts there, but whatever. We're just gonna go. I'm not cuckoo bananas, am I? Okay, we're getting ready to We're getting ready to go to the mall. I just put the start of the pesto mozzarella chicken into the crock pot. It is pesto, butter, lemon juice, chicken breasts, and salt and pepper. And that's going to sit in there while we are at the mall, braving the crowds.
The sign for that on one of the things when I was going to the movies.
One of the what?
Oh, what ring? Hi. No, I like the one with the awesome guitar solo.
You're gonna have to be more specific there, buddy.
Where he plays the guitar and then the guy sings that guitar thing.
Do you mean like Dazed and Confused?
I don't know.
I just streamed live to show some of my old stickers, which was like back in the day before I started buying stickers from Etsy sellers. And now I'm going to do my weekly live stream with my patrons. And then like that's when I do with my $15 plus patrons every week. And then I got to get dinner. So I didn't get a chance last night to vlog at the end of the night, mostly because I was lazy. I don't know. But I figured getting ready to go to church today. It's Sunday morning, by the way. Good morning. Getting ready to go to church today for my kids' Christmas play, and I am flat ironing my hair. And I thought while I was flat ironing, I would converse with you all about my day yesterday and what's going to happen today, and maybe what we're thinking about this week, I guess. Take a little bit of a longer, and oh yes, and my usual flat ironed hair situation. I don't know if my camera is super crooked or what, but I'm gonna, there we go, let's try that. Maybe. Anyway, my pineapple head is happening here. When I flat iron my hair, I usually use this Got To Be Guardian Angel spray. I don't know why I bought this one. I've used a different one before. It's just like a protector, and I'm not even sure if it works or not, but my flat iron is like a Remington one I bought at Target. It's cheap, but it's the wider one, so I can do more hair at once because I have metric amounts of hair. Metric shit ton. I'm super sloppy as fuck with flat iron in my hair. I just want the illusion of straightness, not necessarily bored straightness. In my family, we have a tradition of letting the kids shop for each other and then also shopping for each of us, my husband and I. And so we take them to the mall and brave the Christmas crowds and go, and usually it's basically Hot Topic. Like that's generally where we go, is Hot Topic. Like it's who has custody of Hot Topic at the moment. So my son and I will go together and we'll go to shop for his sister at Hot Topic, and as soon as we're done we text my husband and he leaves Bath and Body Works, where I'm assuming they shop for me because none of us have any creativity in our veins. And then we go to wherever. Usually go to GameStop for my son to look and give me ideas about anything else he has, because this year he was really not forthcoming on what he wanted for Christmas. So we were making some educated guesses. We brought home some Cinnabons. We left ahead of our schedule, but I still didn't have as much time as I wanted to. And traffic wasn't that bad. So that was nice. Normally traffic coming back into Napa Valley is a pain in my ass, but yesterday it was actually not super bad. So yay. Back in there, little doggy. So I came home, did the live stream, and that was a lot of fun. And then I had to do my weekly hangout with my $15 plus patrons, which is probably one of my favorite things in general during the week, because they're so awesome. All those various folks, not just because they give me money, but in their own right, they're awesome. And then after that, I made the pesto mozzarella thing that I made in last week's vlog, or 2 weeks ago's, I don't know when. So I'll leave the recipe down below. It's you cook chicken all day with a jar of pesto, some lemon juice, butter, and salt and pepper in the crock pot. And then when it's wrapping up cooking on low, you open it up, you shred it, mix all the pesto and everything together in like the buttery sauce. And then you add in a pound of cooked rotini and some Parmesan, and then top it with shredded mozzarella. And then you let it cook for another 15 minutes or so. And then it's all delicious, which it is. And the recipe that I make is barely enough to get through my son's 5 helpings that he likes to have at dinner time. But serve it with salad, maybe some garlic bread if we have any. And it's delicious. That was my night yesterday. And now today, what's on the docket? Well, my kids' Christmas play is today. I had intended to try and get up early to film a plan with me, and that didn't happen. And so instead, I'm going to try and film my plan with me for this next week, which will go up today that I'm filming it. It should go up the day I'm filming this, which is Sunday, but you're going to see this vlog on Monday. Every time I get into this time paradox on my channel, I'm get all fucking confused. It's like watching the Terminator series and trying to figure out what in the hell they're talking about. But anyway, gotta wash my sheets today, run the dishwasher. The kids have some big chores they have to do, which require some supervision. And then I need to make my cookie plan for the week. Now, I made my meal plan for the week. Ow. I made my meal plan for the week. And I shopped my exorbitant Target shopping trip. Exorbitant? I don't know what the fucking word is. I bought supplies. Now, the cookies I want to make this week are pretty simple. I want to make chocolate chip cookies, and I'm going to try a new recipe. I usually use the recipe off of the bag of the Toll House cookies because I like the Toll House cookies. But my daughter requested that I try a cakier version of cookies because there's a lady in town called Annie the Baker, and if you live anywhere near the North Bay, Napa area, especially when the Napa Farmers Market is going on, come to the farmer's market and check out Annie the Baker because her cookies are these little round but super poofy, and she has all these flavors and they're delicious. And whenever we go to the farmer's market, it's damn near tradition for us to pick up a couple cookies from Annie the Baker. And so my daughter requested cakier chocolate chip cookies. So I am going to, and I know from being a baker that it just has to do with the levels of like leavening, like baking powder or baking soda or whatever is in the cookies. And things like that, and adjusting those levels. So I have a recipe, I think from Martha Stewart or something, that I'm gonna try. Regular just chocolate chip cookies. And then I'm going to make brownies from scratch, and I'm going to put peanut butter chips in them because brownies are delicious with peanut butter in them. And then I'm going to make Rice Krispies treats because I would live on Rice Krispies treats if I could. And there's cereal, so it's part of a balanced diet. And then Snickerdoodles, which are my favorite cookies ever. And I think, and Aunt Mimi cookies. So my Aunt Mimi cookies are actually going to be a subject of my December daily at some point this week, maybe on the day that I make them. But they are some cookies that are like tradition in our family. My great aunt would make them. It's sugar cookies, and she always made them in the shape of trees, happy little trees like Bob Ross. And she would not make so many, like she would make just enough of them for everybody to get like one, and the lucky few who were scavengers to go back for seconds. And it was always a fight over who got the Aunt Mimi cookies. And they're delicious. And my cousin and I got the recipe passed down to us before she passed away. And they take a little bit more effort to make because the dough is really soft, so you have to refrigerate for a while. One of her secrets involves a sock. I don't know if I'm going to do more than one on one day or if I'm going to do a little bit every day. I have a lot of meetings this week. On Tuesday night, my church's music committee, of which I am an ex facto member. I don't vote because I'm board president, but I'm there as a board representative because it might have things to do with like hiring, has to be tabulating the results of a survey that we did and trying to, figure out what to do next, at least enough to give the board some advice as we start working on the budget for next year. So that's going to be a lot of work on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night, I have another rehearsal for the Christmas Eve service for my singing group. And then Thursday night is my board meeting. So, and then after that's done, I have to do some paperwork and things that every board meeting I have to send out, like my president's report and things like that. That's almost every night this week except for Monday night, which is tomorrow night. And then Friday, before my kids go back to their dad's house for their 2-week time with their dad, we are going to go try and see The Greatest Showman. And I think that's my kids and I are like loving what they've released from the soundtrack so far, and it looks a lot like Moulin Rouge, which is a movie I love, and I don't care if it's accurate to the real story of Barnum or whatever. I just want to go see an awesome musical, And so that's coming on Friday, hopefully. I think that might kind of sum up my week. It's always difficult for me to film when my kids are home because they play video games and I don't want to get copyright dinged on my channel. And on top of that, I want to spend some time with them, and they're going to be home all week because they have a 3-week break. So their break is actually this week. And this is my only week with them on break. but I'm gonna spend some time filming with them. Filming with them around while they're, you know, hanging out with their babysitter, video games. And then we'll probably just do some fun stuff whenever we can fit it in. Maybe go to the ice skating rink that they open up in Napa every year downtown for the winter season. At a roller rink in a town nearby here, Rohnert Park, in January, they're going to be doing a Harry Potter night where you get in for cheaper if you're wearing a costume, and muggles get in for like the regular price or whatever. And then they're going to be serving butterbeer and polyjuice potion. So we're talking about maybe doing that. That could be fun. But it's like, you know, 45-minute to an hour drive from here on a Friday night. And I don't know. And it's going to be the night, like, what's going to function as our, like, Christmas Eve, because that's when we get my kids back from their dads. I would like it to happen if it's possible. I guess we'll just have to see. So the week after Christmas is a birthday week at this house. Though not so much this year in terms of during the actual week, because my daughter will be at her dad's because of the way we rotate our custody with holidays every year. But my daughter turns 14 on the day before New Year's Eve. And my husband turns 31 because I'm a cradle robber. I am a cougar, John Cougar Mellencamp, on the day after Christmas. I don't know if I have anything else to ramble about. I've been rambling for quite some time here, but I just figured, why not chat? So how do I feel? I guess maybe another good thing to start kind of talking about. I need this hair too. It's not very straight yet. How do I feel about this daily vlogging thing that I've been trying for this Vlogmas? Because I never started this channel to be, I've been calling it Vlogmas, even though a lot of my days are like planner videos or December daily or Bujo or whatever in the hell. How do I feel about Vlogmas? Or about vlogging in general? Like this style of vlogging, like life vlogging. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's fun, and it's fun to give people kind of an inside look at my life, but it's not kind of what I built my channel about, and I don't know if it's something I'm going to do on the regular after this is over, because it's not because I'm like, ooh, I don't like it. It's mostly because I'm not great at it. I'm not great at remembering to, and I guess that's something that happens with practice, but I've been having kind of fun doing it. But I also am not sure. And it's been interesting to me because at least not this week, but the week previous especially, or maybe it was this week, it's all running together. I had a bad kidney week. I had a week where my kidneys were aching really badly, and I was feeling really awful, and I didn't get a lot done. And I was like, my life is kind of boring. You know, I don't get out and do a lot. I'm a homebody, for one, and for two, I only have my kids every other week. So even when I'm vlogging, like the hashtag mom life, shit doesn't happen every week for me. I'm not like a mom. I mean, I am a mom all the time, but I'm not in like hardcore momming mode for every other week, because they're not here. Like, I'm still a mom, and I still do things like go to their concerts, and if they have doctor's appointments, often I'm the one who takes them, but like the hardcore mom shit does not happen. I missed a random spot. This always happens right on the back of my head where I can't see it, but everybody else can because I'm 6'2". I don't necessarily feel like my life is variable enough. Maybe that's the thing. Like, I repeat the same shit. It's like I have my kids, then I don't have my kids. I go grocery shopping. I go to the pharmacy 8 times. I film videos. I feel like crap, and then it repeats. So I don't know if that's like necessarily worth doing vlogging full time. Now I need to grab a shirt to wear over this. So I'm wearing like a blue, ooh, did I hang this up upside down? I did. I'm wearing a blue, like skirt. But anyway, the point being is that, you know, part of me wonders if I even am like quote unquote interesting enough to vlog on the regular. So I don't know. I am undecided. Maybe sometimes I will, but not all the time. I don't know. It's something to think about. I still have at least another week, basically another week, of actual vlogging. No, I can't find the fucking start of my sweatshirt. My sweater, where is the tag? What the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay. I mean, you can leave your opinions in the comments. This is YouTube. People always leave their opinions. And I will not be heartbroken if you're like, oh, Cindy, yeah, you know, you aren't that interesting. Or it's been fun to see this look into your life, but, you know, it is kind of same old every week. You know, I won't be offended. I swear. aware of the kind of the same old of my life because I live it every day. But it was very good for me to have one of the weeks, I didn't plan it, but to have one of the weeks in my vlog be a week where I'm in a lot of pain, because I think, A, that's not something I'm very good at talking about. It's one of the things I'm not great at sharing in general. I need to be better at that. And also, it lets you guys know why it is that sometimes I seem so, or I disappear off of Instagram, or I seem so high energy sometimes, and then suddenly I'm nowhere to be found. And why I've kind of pulled back from a lot of the online like Facebook groups. Like I'm still there, but I'm like much more of a lurker now. And it's because I'm trying to focus on doing the things like filming, Patreon, you know, stuff like that in my group and everything. I'm trying to focus on those things, and so it's difficult sometimes to balance that with how I'm feeling. And I guess having the week of my feeling shitty on camera and for you guys to see it, it kind of shows you sort of what my reality is. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. I'm going to be putting on, I already have a ColourPop, I think it's in BFF lip pencil, and I don't always wear lip pencil like the most interesting men in the world, but when I do, it's Dos Equis. And this is the Infallible Pro Matte Gloss that I'm in Bare Traction. I'm just going to put it on top. If you stuck around for this ramble, thanks. I think my hair looks decent. I look okay. Gotta put my boots on, get my sheets stripped so I can get them in the wash before we go. Oh, turn my flat iron off too. That's helpful. And I will see you after church. It is already later than I expected. It's like 6:30 or something. So my plan with me took forever to film and edit, and it's up now. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready to start making dinner. Then I realized I didn't have garlic bread, because another thing I forgot at the grocery store on Friday. So I went to the store to get garlic bread. And when I pull into the driveway, I get my husband calling me, asking me where the ironing board is. And I'm like, I don't know. I never fucking iron my clothes. I got it for crafty purposes. I haven't seen it since we moved. So I was like, why? And he's like, oh, because Katie picked up your melted candle to look at it and spilled it everywhere. I had put it on top of the fridge so that the cat wouldn't get into it when I blew it out. And I guess she was putting dishes away and like got curious and picked it up, didn't realize it was half melted, and spilled it, not mostly on herself, but mostly on the floor and the cabinets. And so they spent a bunch of time while I was starting dinner scraping the floor, washing the floor, getting it out of her clothes, and I think we're successful. I'm still dealing with washing my sheets. They're not going to be done until later, so we're going to have to stay up late and watch Mindhunter or something. And I'm making crock-pot spaghetti, which smells really fucking good. But I got distracted while I was cooking the garlic for it, and it burned, so I had to start that over. It's like, holy shit. Katie just fell on the ground and was like, school tomorrow. Oh, wait. No, I don't. This is the smile of a kid who realizes they have 3 weeks off. You're so enthusiastic.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too. Got any bad puns for the YouTube crowd today?
Wait a second. I tried to eat a clock. It was very time consuming.
You got another one?
I don't know. I might get punched in the face.
No! Kitty is in the laundry basket. Kitty is going to clean himself in the laundry basket. That's gross, Kitty. Right. Kids are in bed. Husband is in bed. Instant Pot is clean. Wax is cleaned off the floor. I am just in here turning off lights, starting the dishwasher, and then I am going to go crawl into bed and pass out, because today was just long. Like good, productive, but exhausting. First day, officially, like the first school day of winter break is tomorrow, and we will see whether or not I'm going to survive. But as this is the end of this video, you're going to have to wait until the end of the week to see whether or not I survived. The suspense is killing us. You, someone. Anyway, you guys, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.